Whoo! So after a large animation tutorial, we are there, man. Let's
Hey, it's
do
all
this,
good, man.
and
It's
we're gonna
all
kick
in
that
good fun.
off. There we go. Dun, dun. Woo! Here we go. Week 14, playoffs number 1. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Man, I hadn't talked to you since probably Monday night, man. So
Yeah.
that was a game. We're going to talk about that a little as we get on as well. But 2020 Fantasy Football League COVID edition Week 14 wrap up round 1, talking about playoffs. Playoffs.
You play to win the game.
All right, here we go. Coming out of there, the consolation ladder was the pile of garbage, as they say in
Yeah.
France. Here we go. That's where we were. So coming those matchups, let's just jump into them with a 35.36 point differential. Team Hold My Bleach. So the number 10 falls to the number 9. Javi, you didn't bring it round 1. The Flaming Pandas handed it to you, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, these guys are playing for,
To not
trinkets.
be last.
So,
Yeah,
or just trinkets. Like,
trinkets,
there's a
trinkets.
couple Chinese trinkets for the winner of this bracket. That's what you get.
But this right here, all day long, and I've talked about it all
Yeah.
season. That was this differential of what is that, 12-0.
Check
You can
that
come
out,
back.
though.
You can come back.
Cincinnati's kicker. So the score in the game was 7-30, and somehow he had 0 points. He must have just done nothing, and they had a different kicker in.
Something happened. Yeah, something
Ah,
happened, but just let him down. So,
yeah.
I'll give this one to you.
Okay. Oh yeah. You got to give this one the stinky feet. God, every time I see that picture, I'm telling you, that's all I think of is stink.
Well, no, I was
Right.
giving it to you because of Get
Because
These.
the
I,
wife. I know.
figured
I know.
she's gotten a lot of bad news here lately. So here's something that, was good. But
Yeah, you're right. Hey, she beat up on feet ballers. What else is new? I mean, besides bacon, that's about the only thing that's been beaten up on more. So,
uh,
hey, what are you gonna do? This
number
is
12.
just
That's it. That's it. Number 12 over number 11. I will point out, and I'm not trying to cut you off. I apologize. I stepped on you there. But this is not only the largest differential within the console ladder, but within the
the
league,
whole thing.
43.14.
Nice.
This was
Well
the
done,
largest one.
Claire.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
way to go, Gavin, as usual. Okay. It's probably more accurate.
I just took a drink, man. I almost did a spit take there. Oh, it's good stuff. Okay, so we'll move on out of there. 4-4. Oh, that's dismal there. And number 14 at number 13. So Bacon at best year ever. This was the closest differential within the console ladder, 15.92. So he, Team Bacon, that was a respectable, score, but you're falling to an even better, even more respectable score at
Yeah.
92. So that's that.
Congratulations on that
There we
trinket.
go. There we go. What they give you, like the plastic beads at Mardi Gras or something, right?
Yes,
Yeah, something
that's what
like
we
that,
need to give
or
them.
the plastic coins, just the individual coin. You don't even get a bead here. You just get a
Right.
coin. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. The winners bracket. Here's where the action was happening. Here's what we were
Yeah.
looking at there. Coming out, I believe you're gonna look at the West top first. Look at that. That is all due to Mr. Ash right there. The suspender
You did it.
nipples. And no, 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 no. That was a phenomenal the setup that you got there. I really am impressed by all of this. But this breakdown right here, let's just jump right into it while they're dancing on a pile of trophies. I don't know if that's
I
coming
like it.
through or not,
Oh
but
yeah, it is. It's great. I like it.
so here it is. This uh, I'll, we said it before. We said it when Rob was on before, and Danny led the entire thing. He had the guide on. He was running down the road with the flag. Just he led the whole league the entire year. And there was one team that handed him his only loss in the regular season, and that was It's What It's. And man, that Monday night game, it really did come down to that. So 122.02 over 106.62, 15.4 differential, and literally it was in the follow-up emails or texts in that thread. I'd fallen asleep. Everybody else was going on and talking about it, even into the next day about the congratulations. And I saw that Danny said he started the wrong defense, and it wasn't until today that I dug in and I looked at it. Sure enough, Chicago had 18 points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't fault him. I don't blame him. You can't, everybody, he's going to armchair quarterback, for the rest of the year until he comes in next year to do that. But
until we all come in and we're all starting back over again at the same place. So
yeah, but that was, there you go. Well done.
I mean, Lamar
Rob.
Jackson was worth 36 points. Like,
yeah,
you were probably going to lose. Like it probably didn't matter. I realize now looking back on it that 18 is more than 0.
Yeah.
And that would have been enough. But I'm just saying that
for that,
it's just so improbable that the defense would have made 18 points over 0. That to have that big of a discrepancy is
well. The
crazy.
other thing was the 23 on this side. That really, you take that away
Washington
to a normal thing.
Touchdowns.
He's down to 99 points. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm shaking my mouse at the wrong screen there. Yeah, you take this 23 away, you put a regular, 3 points in here, or normally what anybody gets. I want to go back and look at Washington's game log for the year. Is this an anomaly? Did this just really
the
stars aligned? They've been good.
They've had some good weeks, especially recently, but in general, I mean, very rarely do you see 2 defensive touchdowns. This when I saw the 2 defensive touchdowns, I was like, because I was watching this game throughout Sunday, or not just this game, but I mean this matchup, these 2 teams, and I was like, there's no way he's gonna beat him, because Tyreek Hill was going off and Stephon Diggs was kicking people in the nuts, and then when I started seeing the defensive touchdowns from Washington, I'm like, wait a minute, doesn't It's What has
doesn't he have it? Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I was like, oh my God, when I saw the second touchdown, I said, holy crap, he's gonna have a chance. So he came into this game before the Ravens, I think like 20 some points down, and of course now he blew him out. But
you just reminded me. I had completely forgotten about the video that I shot on Sunday. I was going to put it in here.
Oh,
we were going to play the video. We were sitting there. I was talking to you about this one. The points, they were even, and then Rob started taking off. They separating, and I was like, he's really got a chance to do this. And we knew it was going to come down to Monday night. But goodness gracious.
I mean,
I went to just so everybody knows, I went to Ashes on Sunday. I accepted, and I saw the what is it, the 162-foot screen that is just it's like a drive-in movie theater.
142 inches, but
he knocked down walls.
He's at 160 feet, but yeah.
Anyway, no, well done. Now that you're talking about that, I was drinking, so what else is new there? But yeah, that reminded me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this was the match. I mean, everybody else, like mine was pretty much decided on Sunday, so I was all done. So this was the one game that everybody was watching on Monday that could be changed. Now, I personally was watching Poppy, thinking if Poppy somehow pulls this freaking upset, which why don't you go ahead and go on? I think he's not next.
We'll jump out of here. Congratulations, Rob. Great effort, Danny.
Congratulations to Danny too. I mean, you very rarely see a year where somebody only loses one time. So he was very dominant. Very dominant. That's crazy.
We'll plow through this one really quick because
Tim plowed through you.
That's it. I had a chance on Monday. It was a 1% chance, and I needed like 66 points And Baker, to his credit, gave me
Baker did his part.
yeah, but like I had Landry was the other one. I needed a bunch from him, and he was supposed to have a season record game, but it didn't happen. So no, there was no way that the planets were aligning for me to win this game. So well done, Tim. So Tipsy Bench Warmers falls out of the playoff ladder on the first round with a 40.04 point differential, and I saved my job. No, congratulations, Tim. Well done. And he progresses to round 2 of the playoffs. We'll bump right, unless you want to say anything else in here. I
I don't
had
think
I had a
anything else.
shitty
I mean,
lineup,
Tim had put this number down. It was pretty obvious that
Mhm.
this was going to go this way. I mean, when David Montgomery is worth 22 points, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he
it.
gets
Like
he gets
he probably has 22 points all year, and
yeah,
now he has 45. You know what I
right.
mean? Like that was
Well,
the
and
kind of week it was for Tim. 20 points out of Arizona's defense.
that
You
yeah,
know,
no, that's crazy. You get 29 points, kicker and defense, and I had 1 on the side.
yeah,
There's no
that was
coming
tough.
back from that. It was yeah, it's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
No,
You had
he's
2 zeros,
yeah,
and Corey Davis only worth 1.4. That was crazy.
very disappointing. Very
But I mean,
disappointing.
there was
So.
basically nothing you could have done. He just
Yeah, he
clubbed
had
you
he
with
had
the
a better team.
hammer.
So well done,
Yeah.
well done. So well, I'll move on out of there.
All right, now go to the Poppy matchup.
Now we'll come on up here. So yeah, Centerville and Poppy right there going at each other. So that was an 11.32 differential with Poppy going down
It
to
wasn't that
hello.
close, really, but I mean, when you start Mike Glennon at quarterback, you're that's the ultimate grasping at straws. I mean, only
No.
maybe Tim Tebow or something. I mean, like we're talking that's tough, man. And then of course they didn't even play Mike Glennon for the whole game. So then Gardner Minshew came in. So it was like he didn't even get a chance to possibly because if he had gotten like 5 or 6 more points, it would have looked like Baltimore's defense was going to be worth 5 or 6 points. So it might
Yeah.
have actually he might have won. But when they were coming in like where he needed 10, I was like, I don't
Well,
know.
and this is one of those that why it's kind of fun to play, because you really just don't know what's going to happen to any of these people on the line as you go, and
hmm
who could have seen, Drew Brees, getting brittle in his old age and maybe not playing half the season, but
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought
uh,
that they would have started Taysom Hill over
mhm,
Jameis Winston? That's
yeah,
just nuts. I
that,
mean,
that
maybe they might bring Winston in this next game where they have to play against the Chiefs because
we'll
they might be
see,
down by 30 in the halftime or something like that.
we'll see, but well done, hello,
Yeah, hello holds on, really. I mean, let's be
advancing.
honest.
This
But
this
he
is
did enough. That's all that matters.
And then for the East bottom bracket right there,
Speaking of
there it
bottom,
is. There it is. Just all in his glory right there. Just telling you to hush. He's holding, it looks like he's holding a face mask there. Maybe that's like an ascot or a dickie or something like that. But
I'm sure it is
he's
something like that.
like Gloves looks angry and Suspender Nipples is just telling him to hush. Because here we go. 36.56 point differential. And Gloves to he went over 100. That's what you got to do to win, but it's not going to happen when you're going up against 136. And there you are. I guess it wasn't too bad. That's 18 to 11 right there. That's close
Yeah.
enough. But Henry and Rogers, golly,
And
that's right
Devontae
there.
Adams and
Yeah,
Austin Eckler. I mean,
yeah.
he had a fine week. Like 100 points. If you lose scoring 100 points, like that's not you can't do much about that. Like it's just sometimes you're gonna fall. Like it just we're in the playoffs now. It's trust me, it's not easy. I'm very nervous about these next 2 rounds. I was nervous about this round. I
What
seriously thought he had a very good chance to beat me. Now, obviously, after Derrick Henry scored 35, I felt a lot more comfortable, but still,
Well, you
like,
you know, y- I've heard you say it numerous times through these wrap ups as we go. Just get into the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the
hmm
playoffs. And if you look at it, not necessarily here. I mean, you put up just that's a score and a number that's really going to be tough to beat. But like, look at Danny going out.
yeah,
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Look at Poppy, he didn't have any. I think Garoppolo was his other
Yeah.
quarterback solution, and I
Drew
don't think he
Brees,
even stayed.
Garoppolo.
Drew Brees,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like anything can happen. You don't even know what's going to happen with your line.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's very tough. I mean, and I feel bad because, Gloves traded me Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean,
Don't feel bad.
that was a huge trade. I was very
Yeah,
happy to get him because
yeah.
Roethlisberger, that's about what Roethlisberger was doing down there, 13 to 18 points a week. And now
Yeah.
I've been getting like 25 to 30 out of Aaron Rodgers most weeks. So that's a huge jump for me.
Very much so. Yeah.
But what are you going to do, man? On to the next round and
There you go.
see what happens.
Round two, moving forward.
Yep.
So that's going out of there. We can get right into the individual accomplishments from this last week. You
Hello.
you take the highs there.
Okay.
This-
Dalvin Cook, week 8, 47.6 points. I sure as hell hope he doesn't do that again because I think he's facing me this week. So, but then again, in the other league, I have him. So it's like,
It's there.
that's
Yeah.
the worst, man. That's the worst.
You said Sunday, you said that I was favored in the other league, and no, sir. You were favored in the other league.
Well,
You are-
I ended up in first place, but I said you're favored because I think your team is slightly better. The neighbor kid over here who lives next to me, he's got Derrick Henry. His team is insane too. So
Yeah.
I'm just
No.
glad I don't have to face.
It's-
I am so glad I don't have to face Tim or hell. This round, everybody's going to be tough. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
expect to get out of it with like, oh, I got 85 and I won. I mean, you can't get a Durwood win every week, So it's. But yeah, here we go. Lamar Jackson this week really looked good. This was the Lamar Jackson you drafted. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the one that he used his first round pick for it, and he had to sit him a couple times this year. That sucks.
That was odd. But and the good thing is that he hung on to him. I'll look.
Yeah.
I went over this one of the wrap ups from Monday night, which was exciting. Even though it was a slow start, it became an amazing performance for Jackson. They said that he tallied 124 rushing yards and 2 scores, marking the most rushing yards by a quarterback in a Monday football history, and his 8th career 100-yard game on the ground, second only to Michael Vick in NFL history. Baltimore was over the Browns in a close one there, 31-28. But
that was a good game too.
His performance there was
31 to 28. No, that game was like 47 to 42. I think it was.
Was I looking at the wrong score?
Yeah, because at the very end of the game, they went.
I believe you. If I make mistakes,
the Browns fumbled, or they got a safety because they were just trying for some BS or something. They did one of those. Last second, you got 2 seconds left. You got to score a touchdown to win, and you're like on the 20-yard line, and so they run around like idiots and throw the ball back 15 times, and they ended up getting a safety, and it like had a 7-figure swing for the bookies. I assume the bookies.
That's what. Yeah, they were talking about that as like.
So it was like,
you're right.
Pretty sure it was 47-42, but
it was 47-42. That's still a close game. So
I mean, no, it was a great game. It was back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, this might have been what it was at the half or something.
Real playoffs, fantasy footballs are great. Yeah, it probably was. That is actually probably what it was at half.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong box.
No, you're good.
So.
I was just.
Yeah, no, but that was exciting, and Lamar, he did it. He performed when he needed to, and so I'm sure Rob's looking for another showing like that.
Big time for Rob.
Yeah. All right,
Rob
so coming up,
send him a roll of toilet paper for the next time he's on the John. I don't know if you've seen all that stuff. Did you see all that stuff? Late in the game, it was in the third quarter, or maybe in the beginning of fourth quarter, he had cramps. They said he had cramps, but he left, and then he came. As soon as that happened, the loser quarterback they have got hurt, and he comes out of the locker room, and everybody's like, he just took a big dump or whatever, and that's like, literally, he posted on Twitter or whatever a bunch of times telling people that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Just own it. Just have fun with it. Like,
just be the dump man.
Yeah.
Just like Gavin. Just be the dump man. Just be Gavin.
Here we go.
This is amazing.
the lows that has held and is looking to hold for the rest of the entire season. -8 week 1 Minnesota defense with gloves. That's
It's
where
a
just from
special
looking at
number.
them and just love it. Yeah. I got to put like hearts on this or something. This
Yeah.
week, not as bad as -8, but still -3 Baltimore's defense. Poppy. That's it is what it is. That's where you were. So bye. You
Yep.
got the lowest. Worst record for the season, of course. Oh, here it comes. Here it is.
Oh God.
Oh, that's just so
22. That's just so sad. He doubled up on that
Every
this
time.
week.
He really did. There it is.
Hey!
So he improved. He improved.
We need to make him a poop hat or something like that.
But still,
It has a button like.
oh, we went Christmas shopping. I was just at Spencer's. I think if we're gonna find a poo, that's where we're gonna be able to find it. It's
Yeah, for
Spencer's.
sure.
Anyway, so yeah, that's that 44 worst one out of there. Best for 154.68. Here's another one that
It's amazing.
this was from week 2, so held it all the way. And for this week, the best for week 14, my man, Suspender Nipples, 136.7, just dominant. So bask in it, enjoy it.
Just want to win. That's all you. At this point, I just want to win. The points
That's
don't
it.
matter anymore. It just matters that you win.
That's it. So Ash is going full Al Davis. Just win, baby. And here we go.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. So coming out of there, you take it over, my man.
Oh,
And
man.
let's talk about these. Are my
You know what?
favorite
It was a sad day, man. It was a sad day for me because they got 3 wins out of 4
Mhm.
games played. I mean, that's disheartening for me. It just makes me want to
Yep.
cry because I had my hopes so high at one point that I thought, man, every one of these teams is going to blow goats and we're going to be good to go. They're all going to get like 5 or 6 wins at the end. And here we are. We already got a team with 6 wins. I mean,
Yep.
I have to root heavy against Washington, you know.
Yep.
I think the rest of these teams will take care of it themselves, but Washington, I'm just not sure about.
Well, and that's what we were trying to look at. We wanted to see a sub 500 team host the playoff, and so it still
Well,
may
yeah.
happen. It still may happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
It's still a decent chance they'll be under 500, but
oh yeah.
I don't think that I wanted all time worst. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted. Was
Yeah.
all time worst.
Well, we know that last week they're all going to play each other, so there's going to be a 2-2 across the board somewhere.
Right.
So
Unless they
uh-oh.
all get ties.
Yeah,
Ties
that's
don't really count.
That's true. All right, so going in, here is your breakdowns with the
Yep.
remaining 3.
Yeah, so I mean the Eagles, I don't think that it's going to be a problem for them they won't do better than 6 wins. I don't think I have to worry about them. The Giants definitely could. I don't think they're going to beat Cleveland. If Baltimore plays like they did yesterday, then they're not going to beat them either. Now, we're getting at a point now in the season I'm talking about in the NFL,
Yeah.
where everybody has to win. Like there's a lot of people who have to win. So this is no more like, well, you know what? We'll just sit our players or who cares? They're going to get more money if they win. So they're going to be hungry. You're going to start seeing good games now all the time. So I really think they
Especially
probably will
within
lose.
divisions. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the interdivision games in a real division, that's true. But in this division, maybe the Giants versus Washington, you might see. I don't know. We'll see. That Eagles Washington game might be interesting.
I don't think the Giants are going to beat Cleveland. Not with how the Cleveland just
Not
played.
if they play like they did last week. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cleveland has started. They're doing this upward trend towards the end of the season, and if they
for
follow
the first time in their history, no, I'm just.
But if they follow that, I see the Giants coming out of here with maybe 1, and that's off the Cowboys on the 3rd. So
right.
Yeah. So we'll see next week, but I don't think they're going to beat Cleveland. So we'll go.
That'll be interesting.
So then the remaining 3 with Washington and your boys there.
I mean, Washington could win all 3 games if their defense plays dominant like they have the last 2 weeks. I mean, their offense was garbage this last week. I mean, think about it. 14 points were scored by the defense.
By the defense, yeah.
So out of 23 points, 14. So they had 3 field goals on offense. So Alex Smith was responsible for 3 field goals. So trust me, if Seattle and Carolina and Philadelphia, for that matter, don't turn the ball over, they're going to probably lose because Washington's offense is not very good. So that's going to be the thing to watch in that game. The Cowboys, I mean, their offense looks better. They have nobody at defense. They called me up, and I said, "I'm sorry, I'm busy." Like it's just
I love
yeah.
it.
So,
I love it.
but
Oh.
yeah, I mean, the Washington does look like they'll probably end up stealing the division. But I think it's too bad that they don't play the Giants the last week because that would have been a cool game to
Yeah.
see last. Because those are the two teams that are really in it. Like Philadelphia is not. This whole Jalen Hurts thing, trust me, he's
Mhm.
gonna shit the bed here at some point, and they're gonna really not know what to do anymore. So
Oh, what did they say? I saw an article. I didn't even open it up to read it because I thought that's just extreme clickbait. But they were saying that Matthew Berry, Mr. Fantasy, is saying that he wants Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield, and who was the other one? Who was the other
quarterbacks
one? Yeah,
for you're talking about in fantasy.
just coming in through fantasy, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. So
Well, we'll
anyway.
see. I mean, look,
Hmm.
plenty of guys have come in and looked good for 5 games. I
Mhm,
mean,
mhm.
he might come in and Tim has him, I think. Tim picked him up. So I think it's
Yeah.
Tim. So if Tim has him, then I'll tell you what, that matchup with Tim and go ahead and move on. Let's just get to it then. We talked enough about the NFC least.
I
These
love the NFC
matchups,
least. So here we go. Yeah, the matchups
this
coming
is
in.
what it is.
So we got 9 up
This
on
is past
12.
the turd. Don't be stuck with it. That's what this is.
Uh, don't set at the bottom. So
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is.
I
You're
I,
just
I still
closer to
don't
the trash.
I still don't know how Feet Ballers is over Bacon, but I'm sure mathematically in the
He had
universe.
a couple more wins, and that's all it is. Like total points, no, he'd still like 200 less or something. But
Yeah, that had to have
Bacon
been
just,
early in the season when he was still setting lines or something. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Feetballer's got like 3 wins in the last 5 weeks or something like that. I mean, he only won 1 win for that, but
Yeah, Tim picked him up. Jalen Hurts at
yeah,
Arizona Sunday at 4 p.m. 18.4 his current, but he's got Taysom Hill projected at 21.3. So we'll see
projected.
who he does. I swear every time we see Ezekiel, because how he had his hair for the first picture, it
Oh
looks
God,
like
it's
he's
so
oh shit,
funny.
it looks well I missed it. It looks like he's wearing mouse ears.
Yes, I know.
Where is it?
When he's like 50, his kids are gonna be laughing at him. Like,
Yeah.
"Dad, why did you do that?"
Daddy, why are you wearing mouse ears in your pictures? It looks like he's wearing Mickey Mouse ears.
I know.
It's like,
I
all right,
know.
dude, cool. I
There've been a
like it.
few people. There's been a few people who've had some really bad pictures in.
I, you know what though? If he's doing it to be funny, I respect the hell out of that because it is funny.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here it is. The
Move on
consolation.
from the trash.
Wow,
Yeah.
there we go. I can hear the seagulls and smell
Yeah.
the
Same here.
rotting.
It stinks. Let's move on.
So we moved over to the pile of trophies. That's much better. I like it. It's a
Here's
little
the
shiny and new.
losing winner bracket.
The winner's console ladder there. So
That's what they
yeah,
called it.
golly, I'm hoping that I don't feel the wrath of Danny. I don't know him enough to know whether he's an angry loser, but if he is, God help me, because there's nothing else that I can really squeeze out of that line. And then gloves going up against Poppy, so this
That's
will be
just going to be a
interesting
beating.
to see
I
who
got gloves all the way.
shuffles and jives. Yeah, I don't see gloves falling there, but we'll see.
I mean, Poppy's just been on a massive slide. I think he's lost 5 weeks in a row or something like that.
And unless somebody trades him a quarterback or something like that, I
Yeah.
don't know. So,
Well, Mike Glennon's not good, so don't start that one.
that's it. So right here, this is what we're looking at now, the winner's bracket. Let's get on in there. So on the West, we have It's What It's against the Nightmare. This is going to be really good. It's What is just strong coming in hot. Like I said, was it last week? He kicked the door open and laid it on the table. I'm here. This is it. And
Yeah.
he got, just like playoffs, the team gets hot in December, gets hot at the right time, can ride it right on through. That is awesome. What are you looking at out of these two matchups here?
This one's going to be amazing. I mean, personally, like, well, heck, if you just look at what happened last week, these were the next two highest people score wise. So I'm just thrilled that I don't have to play either one of them. I mean, and I say that I'm thrilled because I'm acting like because Durwood took a step down last week, that it's going to transfer next to this week, and that's not necessarily true. He could blow the doors off and just come out, guns a blazing. Who knows? So
Yeah. Yep.
this is what happens, man. You're in the playoffs. You just never know. Like I said, I've said this to you before. I have won every time I've won the league. I came in the last position. So,
Yeah. And
I remember
that was
last
Rob
year
coming in.
actually.
No, it was Gloves coming into the last position.
Yeah, I think Gloves
Yeah.
was technically last, but
Yeah. But it
I
was
remember
close enough that
last
I know what
year.
you're saying. Yeah.
Last year I had such a bad team to start with, and I was constantly working on it and constantly working on it. By the end of the season, my team was actually really good. I may have had the best team, but I had to win the last week to get into the playoffs, I think it was, and I lost. And I remember Rick coming over to me, the winner, and he was the number 1 seed by a lot. His team was insane.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
he
remember
came
that.
over to me and said, he's like, man, I'm so glad you lost because I did not want to have to face you in the first round. And I understand that. That was how
Yeah.
I felt about having to face Gloves. And I guess I should be glad that I had to face Gloves first because I passed that challenge. So
Yep. Yep.
next up, we got Hello.
Hello.
So we'll see.
That's it.
The fact that he has the Dallas Stars makes me want to beat him more. So I'm just saying.
No, isn't this one of the XFL logos or something like that?
I don't know. I'm pulling at straws here, dude. What do you want?
I know I'm loving it. No, I'm loving that the XFL is eventually coming back. The Rock bought them.
Yeah, I
After
know. That's
Vince McMahon
awesome.
dumped
I
them in
really,
bankruptcy, and
it was so good, man.
oh yeah,
So
oh
sad
yeah.
to see them all get cut from that because I was enjoying watching that.
Well, COVID hit, and that was just going to be it. They weren't
Yeah, I
going
mean,
to
I
be
don't
able
blame
to.
them. I don't blame them for dumping it because
Yeah,
of the COVID situation. Because honestly,
yeah.
with the way that was working in some of these states and some of the counties and stuff, it was just a mess to try to
Oh yeah.
logistically manage like how
Oh,
the hell you can, and you can't have people at your games. So there's going to be a lot of the places that you probably had deals worked out where it required that so many people showed up and all kinds. Who knows? It would have been a whole mess for them. So
well,
I don't blame him.
no, I don't blame him, but at all either. But I mean, just look at the resources that the NFL has to
Oh
put into
yeah.
play for the team, not even just like the players, but like the entire team and the admin staff and the people that are cleaning everything. And I mean, did you watch any of Hard Knocks this last
Yeah, I watched
August?
it all. Yeah.
Because they were showcasing both the LA teams. So
Right.
it was kind of both of them. They had the Rams and the Chargers, and it was interesting to see what they were doing. They built like outdoor facilities to have meetings outside, but just everybody getting tested and swabbed and all of that crap, just all the testing every single day.
Yep.
XFL didn't have the resources. They didn't have the
No, no,
money
no.
built
And
up here.
college doesn't have
They
that either. So
Yeah, they may have it, give them a few years, but it's definitely going to do a whole lot better than like Major League Soccer or something like that. So
right.
yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll get on out of that. Thursday night's game. Just a couple of things here I thought was really kind of interesting. This is going to be a pretty close game. Vegas has Vegas by 3.5. So Vegas has the Raiders. I don't know if we can necessarily start like looking at them like homers yet, but anyway, by 3.5, it's going to be a close game. The interesting part that I saw when I looked at this, and this is like I like to grab out that leaders, the season leaders so far on each team, and they grab the offense, of course, right here. But Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, and Josh Jacobs are all three marked as questionable right now. So it's going to be,
They were. Yeah. Yep.
So not that doesn't mean they're going to play. And most of the season, if somebody was questionable, they still played, unless of course they were on my lineup. Then of course they didn't play. So I've got the kiss of death on the questionables there. If you're Q and you're on my line, you're not playing. So I need to learn that. But that one's going to be an interesting one. We do have a Thursday night game. I'm glad that there's going to be football tomorrow. Anything here you want to look at or showcase?
It should be a pretty high scoring game. I'm hoping, because I've got two of these players. I've got Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen. So, but I believe Durwood has Darren Waller, so
Yeah,
I've got to deal with that mess.
yeah.
And everybody knows that the Chargers are renowned for giving up an assload of points. So I don't know what's going to happen in this one,
Well,
man. I'm like
four
I
nine
said,
nine and
I'm nervous.
six. They're at home, so it's going to be interesting. So
Yeah.
one of these days
Well,
we're
the
going to
Raiders will win. I fully believe the Raiders will win, but the question is it going to be a game or is it just going to be like a blowout and then they just end up running a bunch of
be a
back,
stomp 'em. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
All
see.
right. Well, off of that, good luck in week 15 for the ladders for the four that are in the playoffs. Best of luck to you. Everybody else in the console, set your lineup because it still matters as far as the standings at the end. And who will win the fantasy football 2020 COVID season? COVID.
You just love that, don't
I
you? You
love
just
that.
love
I love that. I say it every time. That's it. Yeah.
it. And don't forget,
I'm shocked and surprised that we're still playing ball. I love it. I'm
I
glad.
told
I'm
you it would
happy.
happen.
But you did. You called it. I mean, we were before they started playing. I remember thinking, I don't know how this is gonna work. And then
Yeah.
earlier on, they started doing that shuffle, move, bye week, switch. That didn't last
But I
long.
mean, they haven't
I'm
had
glad they
that many
stopped it.
issues, really.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like considering college, which is like a total shit show, basically. I mean,
Amen. Well, and that was
how are
always
they going
going
to
to be.
determine the playoff teams? I mean, it's just.
That one was always going to be because you can't have that many kingdoms trying to play together when they're all making up their own rules.
Oh,
You
I
know,
wanted
and
to tell you something today.
Mhm.
I read a thing today that they have already ruled out during the playoffs, like localized bubbles or something like that. They're not doing that. The NFL is not doing that. That was
What,
brought up in their meeting today that they could do a bubble or something like that,
like
where
bring
everybody's
everybody to one place or something,
not
or
everybody, but like let's say have four
region?
segments or three, yeah, like two regions, and then have all the people from that region go there, and then something
Yeah.
like. But they've already said they're not doing that. And I'm like, why would you? You've already
Why would
basically
you?
made it work up to this point. So,
Yeah. Keep doing
you
what you're
know,
doing. Yeah.
one
Keep
thing I
doing what
did
you're
want to
doing. Get on
mention,
through.
Hollywood Brown, who played on Monday, he now is on the COVID list,
Oof.
and so is Ronald Jones. He's on the COVID.
Hmm.
So those two guys both got on the COVID list just today. I did
Yeah.
see George Kittle looks like he's going to practice. I don't know why the hell they would put him out there. The 49ers have no chance of doing anything. So why don't you just save your all-star guy so he can actually be 100% next year?
Hmm.
That's just retarded to me, but people
Hmm.
just do this stuff. I don't know. I know why he wants to do it. He's a young kid and he's at the top of his game. He wants to get back out there and prove that he can still do it. But I don't think he's in like a contract year or anything. So
Well, I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that same damn thing out of CMAC because I got him in the other league, and
he's
he's
not
not gonna
playing
he's
this
not
week.
gonna play again this week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're freaking killing me. I eked in by the first round of the playoffs, by less than a point.
I know.
I shouldn't have won. And all I kept thinking was another week. If I can get him in, I drafted him first round, first pick. I think I got him for 2 weeks this whole damn season.
Yeah, that
So
sucks.
yeah, tipsy bench warmers. You don't want him picking you because you just yeah. I'm like the Madden curse. Get on the cover and you get injured or something. Like man.
What about Danny Jones, Danny Dimes? It looks like
Yep.
he's also not going to play. He's not likely to play against the Browns this week. And Mike Gesicki looks like he's not likely to play.
Well, that's even one more like kind of notch down from the Giants, potential win.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to. So yeah,
Well,
you
that
not
makes me feel good.
yeah.
Matt Stafford, not likely he's going to play. Cincinnati, we already know they suck, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't look like Drew Brees is coming back this week. I think we all knew that. Julian Edelman, not likely to come back this week. Oh, what
Yeah,
do I have here? David Johnson has been activated from the COVID-19 list.
mm,
And then, yeah, like you said, Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen are both questionable. Raheem Mostert is also didn't practice. I mean,
that was another
not,
one, that should have done so much better. through the season. So it's, it's that whole thing. I just want to say, anytime anything doesn't make sense, you just got to throw 2020 at it. That's 2020. What are you going to do? So I think it's raining again.
It's been
got the-
messy.
The postman is outside and he's got his headlights on. He must be delivering a package. I can see the rain in the headlights.
Well, it's Christmas season, man. There's more than enough package delivery going on.
Hey man, I'm waiting for one that's been delayed, and they're saying, well, it's out, and it left Tulsa, Oklahoma on Monday, and it hasn't been seen since. It hasn't been tagged or marked or any of that stuff with the USPS. And I'm like, now you're killing me, because that was a Christmas present that I was looking for. Oh, now Jennifer's running out. Oh, she's gonna put. That's why she had such a hard on to get those Christmas cards. She wanted to get them in the mail today. So
Yeah, you want to make sure you get it delivered.
She had me tearing apart every Christmas bin that I had put back up in the garage to find these Christmas cards, really nice ones that we bought on sale like last year, for $1. Really nice big box, pretty, all that other stuff. I'm tearing the damn garage apart. She keeps saying, I saw them. They were in her office the whole time, sitting right on the other side of her desk the whole time. And that's why, like, when I called that first time, and it's like, I'm stopping for everything. That was one of the things I stopped for. So
yeah,
sure enough, I didn't have to stop for any of that. They were right over there. So anyway, sheesh, I shouldn't.
Well, just remember,
I shouldn't open the door into what is the Martin household. So
for those two people watching, remember, party at my house. I don't want to say party, but if you want to come watch NFL Sunday Ticket,
viewing,
drink some beer, hang out. Even if you just come for the 1 o'clock games or the 4 o'clock games or whatever, I'll be watching all day. So just just throw a text in the group chat so I know that you're coming or whatever, and
so to put pants on.
Yeah. Yes, Brian knows. I have been known to be pantsless, so that's an exciting thing when I answer the door without my pants.
And yeah, for those who are curious, Ashley does wear thongs. So.
Just like my boy does. And suspenders. I wear them around all the time.
I just heard from the kitchen on the little voice. The little girl said, "What's a thong?" All right. So
money.
Oh, excelente. All right.
Yep. All righty.
Big
well,
man.
Good luck to everybody. Have fun.
Good luck.
Don't forget, this is really about fun. It's not about winning. Because at the end of the day, all you win is a slap across the back. That's it from everybody, and that's then it's forgotten.
We'll figure something out. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Be well. Be safe. We're gonna bronze a cheese sandwich. There we go.
That's right.
And a little.
Just remember, in the garbage bracket, you get a couple Chinese trinkets. That's it. So just be ready for your Chinese trinkets.
That's it. So
in the bracket,
you might get a fries head with a little dice thing. You never know.
Yes.
Just whatever we have lying around, a blue pen. It's all good. Oh man. All right, big guy.
All right.
Well, we'll holler at you soon, and set your lines. And I'm excited to see how this shakes out on 15th. So if all goes well and true, I'll see you on Sunday.
Cool. Yes, be there on Sunday.
Have a good one, my man.
Bye-bye.